Hello guys, today we will be taking a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. This is episode 2 of my series, so let's get into it. So the first thing that will actually happen is the creation of two major cities. The first one, being right here where civilization started, and the second one is actually right here in the blue team, right where they started. So these will obviously become their capitals. So one here and one right here. So these are the first two nations with capital cities. So you're actually gonna be taking a look at the red team right here. So they want to expand a bit. So first they need to explore. So they explore a little bit more around the lake area to then solidify as a good nation. So they work up here like in this little peninsula of modern day Colombia. And they just keep exploring. I don't know why, but they just want to become one of the most powerful countries. But some of the people here, I accidentally enter Orange Team territory. The Orange Team's like, wait, we got independence. You're not allowed to be here. And the Red Team's like, oh sorry, we forgot that, or oh sorry, we forgot where we were. But these are actually gonna create some tensions between the two. So these two don't like each other anymore. So we might see a war breaking out soon. But the red team, the people here are actually imprisoned or in the prisons of this time, like wooden houses that they cannot really leave. So red team people are stuck here. These were their best explorers, and they're like, bro, give them back. The orange team's like, no, we're gonna use them ourselves. They're gonna explore land for us, and we actually see them explore some land with the red team's explorers. And the red team's like, wait, what are you doing? That's our explorers. So yeah, they're both really mad. But the red team's first gonna actually expand, so let's see what that looks like. So the red team's actually gonna expand into these lands, so they're gonna claim this, which makes them a really big country. And they'll be getting one more upgrade because the red team will get their first major city, and that will also become. So now we have three countries with capital cities, which are the red team, the orange team, and the blue team. Well, yeah, tensions are really high between these two. So the orange team will also be expanding. So the orange team will actually be taking a lot of land. So they expand quite a lot. But this will actually have some consequences. So the red team, so we will actually see the red team taking this. But you might have just seen the red team just took a part of the orange team's land. So we will see the orange team declaring war on the red team. And very quickly, like they were prepared for this, the orange team troops are actually gonna go into the red team already. But the red team was also prepared, but not in the same area. The red team will send their troops up here, claiming a lot of the coast, because actually the red team was hiding this for a long time, but they are actually stronger than the orange country. But they will not give up the orange country, and they will actually fund some rebellions in the red team. So let's look at those. So they will fund some pink rebellions right here in the south of the country, and right here where they just claimed land. So the red team's like, okay, if you're gonna play like that. So the red team will also fund some rebellions in the orange country. So we will see in the orange country, in the newly claimed areas, we will see some lime, some teal rebellions in the south and the more eastern areas that want to join up with the red or the blue team. I know they're far, but they just want to move over here. But these guys aren't really friendly to their people. It's like more of a dictatorship right here. So we will actually see more areas rebel without even the red team funding them. And the orange country's like, oh no, this is not good at all. So they will be retreating their forces. Right out of the red team. And they will just focus on this rebellion and holding the red team off. So now the orange team is focusing on their rebellion, on their rebellious groups. So yeah, they're pushing back really good right here near their capital. But now let's look at the red team. So the red team is actually not really caring about these rebellions because the orange team can't really fund them anymore. So they continue moving in the orange country, working with the rebellions, and the rebellions are also moving back in to the orange country, taking almost the whole south of the country. And yeah, it's not looking good for the orange country. So the red team doesn't really need to focus on the orange country anymore. They're basically already dead. So they are gonna fight off the rebellion, so it's really easy. The orange country didn't really put a lot of money in them. They just wanted to worry the red team that they were gonna collapse. So they actually just push back all of the rebellious forces, which cannot be said for the orange country. So the orange country just surrenders and the red team won the war. So now let's look at this peace treaty. So the red team will get this, the lavender team will then get this, and the cyan country will get this. So yeah, these are the new borders, but you might have noticed this little thing. Well, this is an actual disputed territory. So because the greenish blue country got screwed over, like they didn't even get the capital, but then they will get screwed over. But yeah, this territory wasn't really that important at all. Everything is in the lavender country. But the most important part was this. This here is actually where the first boat is created. So they've created one boat, and here's the dock for it, and here's the only place where they can actually make boats. So they really wanted this because they got the capital. So yeah, this might cause a conflict between these two nations. So you'll see the blue country exploring into these lands right here, and they actually find the purple country. And next they're actually just gonna fill this here in. But this wasn't really the only place who had boats. We actually see the blue team discover Trinidad and Tobago. So this is actually pretty monumental because this here is the first sea travel. So let's actually see the blue team expand into this land. So actually the blue country isn't the only one that will get land because the orange country, the green country is actually gonna take some land too. So they're gonna take some land. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So the green country is expanding a lot. So the green country is actually expanding a lot, and they don't even know how to sea travel. They just said, I want to have this. So Trinidad and Tobago is really not liking the green team, so they are actually gonna peacefully split away. So we see the island of Tobago looking something like this. But these guys are actually more connected to the blue country than to the green country. That's why they're light blue color. That's because the people in Trinidad and Tobago aren't actually from Trinidad and Tobago. These are actually people from the blue country. So yeah. The next thing we will actually see happen is we're actually gonna look at the Yucatan country. So the Yucatan country is actually gonna expand. So they're gonna explore to more down here. So they find this area here of Mexico, and they just want to really follow the coast line, and they eventually find this. So they're like, wait, there's actually no one here. Why is there no one here? I thought there would be other people. So they continue exploring down here into Belize. So they continue exploring into Belize, and then they actually find a country. So let's look at how big this country actually is. Oh my god, this is actually a really big nation for this time. And they also have a capital city. So these guys are like shocked, like, huh? How long have you been here and stuff? But these guys don't really speak anything. Like, they don't have a language. They just like communicate to pointing at things and stuff. So, but what they do find is like a piece of paper, but they don't know how where it came from. And they're like, wait, this is new technology. We can use this to talk to people. So, yeah, they don't talk, and they only speak like writing, and these guys can't read it. But they really just ignore them, and they start exploring. So they explore around this much with the help of the unknown people, or the known people but that cannot talk. And they explore together this area. So now let's see what they take. So the Yucatan country is gonna take this, and the what even is this color? Well, the peach. No. What is this color? Well, this country, uh, let's just call them El Salvador. Yeah. So El Salvador will take this, but the reason why the Yucatan country expanded so much is because they actually have a lot of people. So we will see. So they will actually be creating their very own major city, and this will also then become their capital. So yeah, now we have one, two, three, four, five nations that have capitals. And I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was episode 2 of my Wicso, and stay tuned for the next one.